Okay, yeah, many thanks for this very interesting and enlightening talk. Do we have some questions from the audience? Okay, see already one.
Also, it's a work in progress, but my impression is that you claim that the post-quantum cryptography is less vulnerable to faults than the classical cryptography. Can you comment about vulnerability to other side channel attacks?
Okay. The claim has been made sometimes regarding faults that it's somehow less vulnerable. And yeah, it appears not to be terrifically off track if you protect the constructions. For other side channels, essentially, the overall picture for the passive side looks very much like the older picture. That is, it's still vulnerable. We have one advantage, the fact that CAMs intrinsically deal with randomized messages. So it may be lending a hand in randomization, but it's a small hand. It's not something shocking, let's say. On the other hand, there's a nice design of a deliberately side channel aware signature scheme, which is Raccoon, which has been proposed now in the current call, and changed the scheme so that it's easier to protect against passive side channel. Essentially, masking is easier, it's cheaper. But from this point of view, post-quantum cryptography is still as hard to protect, I would say, against passive side channel as pre-quantum.
Okay, thanks. Do we have further questions from the audience? So maybe we'll give the audience a few minutes more time to think about a question, but I myself have a question. So we learned a lot about where things can actually break and where it's susceptible to fault injection attacks. Do you think there's hope that we can protect against this? Or is it easy? Is it difficult? What's kind of the takeaway for, because this seems to be the natural next step. Now we get an understanding where it breaks, but then we also have to think about where to protect.
Yes, my understanding in this whole general picture is that protecting against fault attacks, this kind of crypto systems can be done in a cheaper fashion if you just protect the construction part. Carriers usually should be taken, but especially for the chems, this should be doable because you just have the fault attacker on the non-protected part of the construction somehow incorporated as an active attacker. It's CCA plus, if you wish. And this, my feeling is, should be doable. And this means that you do not redundant the arithmetic heavy part, which is extra savings.
Okay, good. Do we have further question? Last chance to ask a question. This seems not to be the case. Then, yeah, let's thank the speaker again. And I think the next point will be the break.